going to go into tonight because it is jam-packed full of meaty stuff that is probably one of the most exciting calls that we've had in a while, because it is going to set us up in a way in Herbalife like never before. So I'm super excited because I've been around a long time and seen a lot of stuff. So I'm really excited for this structure and what everybody is about to share with you tonight. So first, really quick, some of you who don't know me yet, I don't know how you don't, but I'm Nicole's mom. I'm Jackie Lakin, Mama Lakin. I have been with Herbalife on my products since Thanksgiving week of 2011. I joined the business the following February in 2012, and I got immediate results, fell in love with the products right away, didn't fall in love with the business right away, just loved my products. And then the business kind of just fell on me because, you know, when you lose 17 pounds of fat and pant size, people want to know what you're doing, especially when you work in a school. I'm a full-time kindergarten teacher, and moms and teachers and everybody want to know what you're up to. So that's how I got going. I put on, I don't even know, something like 17 plus pounds of muscle, you know, in the best shape of my life at 46. So really amazing products. You can do anything you want with them. So let's get started. So first I want to do a little bit of celebrating. So everybody should know now about the Herbalife standard that we have with your documented volume inside of your personal volume. Being at 80% is what you're going for each month. So we're watching our pies and tracking our volume, trying to hit that 80%. And so a little celebration, which is amazing, just the 22nd into the month. As an organization, first of all, we're at over 95,000 volume points as an organization at only the 22nd of the month. And we are at 84% of that is our documented volume as a total organization. So all of Herbalife is trying to hit that 80%. Each of you personally are trying to go for the 80%. And now we have this entire organization that's on the cusp of President's team at 84% on the 22nd of May. So you guys should be clapping yourselves up for that. That's amazing. Each of you doing your itty bitty part in your personal volume adds to that. So whatever you're doing, keep doing it. And then as you learn tonight, you get to do some more. So the focus tonight is that the get part. So we want to get clients, we want to keep clients, and we want to develop clients. So we're focusing on that. We know about the 5 to 7 clients a month. We know about the DAP program. Any of those things that aren't making sense to you, speak to your coach and get more clarification on that. So we're going to focus on the first part tonight, which is the get. And we have our wonderful tab team all lined up to take a section of each of that get part to help you move forward in your business. Now, back in the day, we didn't have this kind of access to each other. We didn't have these Zoom calls. I think Samson mentioned one night that we would get on a team call and it was all audio. So you just heard a bunch of voices, a bunch of pinging people getting online. And so now we're on these Zoom calls and we get to see each other's faces. And then now inside of that, the access that we have to aligning each other as a team, all the documents that we get access to, you know, streamlining everything that we're doing, because this business is about duplication and making it fun and simple. And when we streamline each other as a team and know exactly what to do, what to say, what's the flow, it makes it fun, makes it simple, and it makes it so anybody that you're bringing into your business can really do it. It doesn't matter who they are, where they come from. It really makes it simple. So I'm excited for what the team has developed to like literally give you a step-by-step, piece by piece of what you can do to start from how to talk to people about getting on a trial all the way through to developing them through their programs and possibly even into being a distributor. So that's all about tonight. So make sure you have your pad and paper out because there's going to be lots of notes to be taken. So of course, we're going to hear from my daughter, 7.5 mil. She is going to be going into really how you start your day. Are you laughing? Are you laughing? Your mindset. Am I doing okay? Your mindset. So how you start your day is your mindset. What are your rituals when you start your day, when you put your feet on the ground? What is your vision for the day and for the month and for the year and for your life? How are you setting yourself up? How are you setting up your day, your personal development. Like if I don't make my bed in the morning, it sets me off wrong, like little things like that. And then bigger things. She'll go into all of that. We're also going to hear from Samson, Get Team Samson member. Samson, he's going to go into your whole client flow. So once you get him on a trial and get him to the loyal program, like he's the master at that loyal custody program. So you need to be taking lots of notes on that and moving him to their meal plans. He's going to be talking about that whole flow. You're going to have tangibles on what to do in that flow as well. You're going to hear from Ari and Abdul, Get Team members. They're going to go into like the whole setup. What language should you be using? What programs are you getting people into? What's the ordering process look like? What are the trial incentives? What are the referral codes that we're using? All of that's going to start to make sense. And again, we're going to have flows for you and documents for you to help you go through all of that. And then we're going to have Anthony Gooden, AG. He's going to close us out. He's going to go into some clear action steps. He's going to wrap all that up. Okay, what are you going to do first? Starting with hanging up from the call into starting your day tomorrow. What are going to be your action steps? Getting your Go Herbalife set up if you haven't done that. Getting your loyal customer program set up if you haven't done that. All of those things he's going to be giving to you. So I think I've set up everything. Right? Oh, Marco, we get to hear from Marco too. Marco's going to be sharing some new fun and cool stuff inside of Herbalife that we learned at STS. I can't wait for you guys to hear that, especially surrounding Active World Team. Oh my goodness, you are going to be so excited to hear that. All of you World Team members going for that next. So that's our night. Let's get started. Are you going first, Nicole? Awesome. Take it away, love.
Did you have fun?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
This girl keeping
Yes.
Yes.
All right, everybody make some noise. Okay, so y'all are talking way too much to be on a call right now, so let's be quiet. Like this is my vision. My vision is, I love that we're surrounded across the whole world. It's actually my favorite. Like when we talk about like the takeover, like we're really taking over the world, but just for Monday nights, like just for 2 hours, all I ask, all your business asks, all your royalty asks, all it asks is take 2 hours out of your entire week to just sit, have your notebook and your pen and be present and ready to get your business and get your life. Like it just takes 2 hours. And then one event every month to go to literally achieve any goals and dreams that we want. Okay. That's the only time I'm going to say this, because if we need to be reminded of that, then we've got a problem. This is our time. It's time to go in. It's time to get real. It's time to get serious. Not that we haven't already. But I'm so fired up to just set us up for success in a very clear direction and exactly what we're doing and exactly where we're going. And we have an awesome announcement tonight, and it's May and we're killing the game. So just check in real quick again with what your goals are and also why you want to go after it. Okay, so before I even talk about mindset and like setting up our day, just really understanding and knowing exactly what we want, because every single person on this call has a goal. You have goals, you have dreams, you have a certain amount of income that you want to create. Maybe you want to leave your job, maybe you don't. There's just something that you are here for. And why not get after it? Why not have a blast in life? And why not actually achieve those things? And we get to hear your success story like really soon. Our calls are going to be panels. Our calls are going to be people who are having success and getting and keeping and developing clients, developing distributors. They're going to be sharing. It's going to be passionate. There's going to be just some awesome things happening. So your business and your future thanks you for being present. And we will actually physically be able to be sitting together present Saturday night of extravaganza. in one house, in one location. It's 4,300 square feet, so it's not a game. And honestly, you guys, I don't know the next time that that space and that's going to happen. So and this, just take advantage of this year. It's going to be really powerful. And you're going to be a part of like the founding people of, all of our next active world team members, get team members, president's team, 20K, like the Ks and like all that stuff. We're just getting started as a team. So I love you all. Excited for today. I'm going to go into mindset. Okay. So before we talk about anything and before you hear like just like our flows and what we're doing, I just want to prep you for what this exactly means. And we're going to like cap it, you'll hear it again at the end with Anthony, this is what we're doing as a team. Okay, so we have the pre-call, what was it, like last week or 2 weeks ago that Samson shared. If you guys didn't hear it, we can watch the recording of like, this is what we're doing. Okay, it's to have everyone have success if you so choose. This is our language. This is our flow. This is what we're rocking so that I know if my client is in Philadelphia and I'm like, hey, Leandra, talk to my girl, Sarah. She's there, and Leandra's going to weigh her in and do her deal. I know that Leandra does the exact same flow that I do. I know that Leandra has the exact same programs, the same language and everything. And I also know this. I know that Leandra is confident in also being herself and her personality, and she rocks the flow being Leandra. Okay, so this is what we do. This is our flow, everything. And at the same time, hashtag be yourself. Like it's your language, your flow. Exactly, Brandon, be yourself. Like you guys see the screenshots of how I talk or how Ari talks or like how other people post your screenshots, and feel free to do so as we're doing this together. You can watch Ari go like, girl, like how Ari like talks in person is how she texts her people. That's just as an example. So you guys cool with that? You guys good with that? You better be good with that because it's getting fun. You guys are killing it. We're killing it. I'm in action with you. I'm learning so many different things with you guys. So yes, awesome. And any questions you guys have, throw them in. It helps a lot. Anything that you want to hear from people having success or, what people are doing, or you want to hear a certain topic, tell us, bring it up. I've been having awesome conversations with Jen, with Katarina, with some other people. And I'm like, this is good. Like, keep it going because it really helps with, what we get to like focus on as a team. Okay. All right. So just real quick, you guys, mindset is everything. Before you go into hearing information, before you go into like having a client flow or knowing what to do with your people or knowing like a step-by-step business flow, it's so important to get our mind right. Why do you think we do personal development every morning? And setting goals and dreams, it's like when you can set a powerful why of why you want to do something, the how, it happens. Why is that? Because when you're in your why and like, it's like a burning desire inside. It's like an internal burning desire of why you want to do something. It makes the doing of it, the how of it so easy. So easy. And I start with that because this isn't like a job per se where it's like, like clock in, clock out, you have like a job description of exactly what to do and you do it and then you go home. There's really like no passion inside of that or anything. But then for some reason, when someone's self-employed, it's more interesting. There's not necessarily a job description. There's no boss for you to, to clock in and clock out of. Like, I'm not at your house every day. Like, Kayla, wake up, time to go. And like, it's not like we're clocking in and out together. So there's a piece of this where it's like you're like alone all the time. You're alone in your thoughts. You're alone in the actions that you take or not. And in my experience, when I first started is I had this clear direction of why I wanted to do it. And my health results, like why I wanted my results to happen. I just wanted to work out with my shirt off and feel comfortable. Like, it was simple as that, but it was something that was so passionate to me and I wanted really bad. And it took me about 7 months to like really commit to it. But once you have that switch in your brain, then it's done. And then actually, you guys, I don't know if I've ever shared this before, but I stood up in a class one time and it was my very first like months in Herbalife. And I stood up because there was this burning desire, this goal that I had. And I haven't actually like physically done it yet. But the first goal that I had shared of why I wanted to do this, I wanted to change the trajectory of my family's money. Like I wanted to leave like a legacy of wealth in my family. Like I wanted to change it from like broke to like completely wealthy, and we know how to like handle our money. And I shared that I wanted to hand my dad $10,000. And it was just something that was so like burning desire inside of me that I cried in a whole bunch of people. And I was like, what is happening to me right now? And it's just something that was burning inside of me to do that. And it actually keeps me going because it's something that takes progress. It takes time to like change the mindset and change the type of money that we have in our family. And I recently wrote out about like 15 life goals to where like they're definitely things that I want to do before I die. Like I would not feel accomplished if I didn't do these things before I die. And it's been important for me to write those things out because that gives me my why. It gives me this burning desire to wake up and go after, helping clients and helping distributors. It like fuels my passion inside of me. And one of those things actually was to have like, number one, to completely not ever worry about money. Like it's just endless, bottomless investments, like everything, Herbalife success, all of that. But to be able to have the money to, if anything happens in my family, I can take care of it. If my sister wants to have this like extravagant wedding and she wouldn't be able to do so if she didn't have the money, I'm like, I got this. To take my sisters on a trip, just the three of us on like a trip to an exotic place every year, no matter what. Like, it's like, there's no limits. Like, where do we want to go? What do we want to do? And to me, like, that's something that takes time. It takes me growing. It takes me learning. I don't know anything about investments or wealth or nothing. I wasn't taught that, but I'm excited to like seek that and have mentors. And so anyways, if you guys in like, look how it progressed over time. So get your mind right on exactly what's that burning desire inside of you of why you want to do what you do. And then the basics, you guys, how we set up our day is everything. Okay. And it's been, so next month is my 6-year anniversary as like a client with Herbalife. So it was June of 2011 that I had my very first cookies and cream shake. And I chose Herbalife. Like, you don't have to tell me anything more. Like the way that it tasted and everything, it was done. And, I forget what I was going to say. That's what I was going to say. I'll tell you, doing this thing right now it's not going to be perfect. You're not going to wake up feeling this perfect place and this perfect mindset all the time. Okay. No matter where you are. I have experience of this. It's like, it doesn't matter who you are. No one's safe. You can always wake up, and it's up to me to put myself in a peak state position to go after my goals and my dreams. And it's very important that we do that, and that I do that, because I'm helping people. And if I don't get myself right first, and if I'm not in a position to spread light to them, to be happy for them, to share my testimony from a passionate place, then I've killed off that person today. And I've done that before. I've done things where like I didn't get myself right, and I wasn't in the right mindset. And imagine if I had committed to what I want and knowing why I want it, but getting myself in that mindset every day. So we get to develop rituals as a team of like a golden hour of when you wake up and you make your shake and you make your hot tea and you set your tablets down and you set your computer or your phone or your tablet. You put on your 30 minutes of PD, Mark Hughes, Jim Rohn, the book you're listening to, something motivational. And like, what if we all we all took a photo of that every morning, and like, that was like our hot tea and PD, like hashtag. Like, we know that we're setting up our day. And we know that if anything happens where we're not responding in the right way, it's like, okay, let me cut it. Let me stop for a second and let me breathe and let me get my hot tea and my PD. Like, let me listen to something real quick, or let me go work out with my music and just forget everything for a moment and get myself right and fill myself up. You know, and I share that because it's something that I'm very passionate about, because for 2 years straight, I woke up at 6 o'clock on the dot. I set up my computer, like super perfect, like my shake, my hot tea, my thing, took a photo. And like, if you go back in my albums from like 2011, I was just documenting my journey and setting up my day. And I knew exactly what I was doing every day for me to feel good, like yoga and reading and things like that, making my bed, cleaning my house, washing my car, like whatever. And I also had things that I did for my business every day. How many people I wanted to talk to, you know, how much time I was spending on follow-up, how many messages I was sending on Facebook. And when we set up our day right and our mind is right in the morning, then it sets up everything. So we get to come up with that rituals as a team, a hashtag as a team. So all of us on the same page, and we rock out with each other. Okay. So before Samson goes into, actually, Marco, we'll have you talk at the end, right before Anthony. It kind of makes a little bit more sense. So now you guys, Samson's going to go into client flow. So take notes. And by the way, we're going to have about 3 documents that'll come out as a team. There's 2 of them that you can actually print out every month for your consumer group, which you're going to hear about, and then also for your 5 to 7 clients a month and a distributor that you're teaching, or 2. So it's going to be super basic, super simple. Everyone get a notebook and we get to rock it out. So let's give it up for Samson. You guys make some noise.
Let's go, bro. I swear I love y'all. What's going on? Happy Monday, family. I'm not going to take too much of your time because I know we have definitely another call to get on. Really quickly, who's excited to be on this call? Hands up if you are. If you're not, it's good for the honesty. Great. Okay. So for the last few weeks, you know, we've been touching on just a few things. And, you know, for me, I've learned how to build context, you know, outside of just saying anything out of my mouth, because I feel if we understand why we do something, there's a deeper relationship to actually doing it as opposed to just being told what to do and doing it. So first question, because I'm going to go and today is about getting. So if you want to write on your paper, just write get. All right. That's what we're going to cover today. So the first question I want to ask is, Herbalife came out in 1980 with the vision of a 23-year-old, you know, who literally dropped out of, I think, middle school or high school, like high school, 9th grade, he dropped out, but had a vision that was so strong that lasted 37 years, right? That's one. Now, the second thing is knowing that times change, seasons change, you know, you go through waves of just, you know, different things, the economy going up and down, you know, culture shifting, you know, the world changing. How do you think a company has lasted through the times for 37 years? I really want you guys to think, and it's a rhetorical question. You can write this thing down. And number one thing I'm going to share with you is because as a company, we understood one thing. In order to last through the times, we had to put our ego aside and combine forces in order to stand through the times. So everybody brought the best of who they were and what they did and what they understood to the table. And we're like, okay, cool. How can we rock this out together so we can all win as a company? Because if I lose, you lose. If I win, you win. And I want you guys to understand that when I came into Herbalife personally, it's going to be 4 years in July, there was this wave, there was this culture, honestly, of I was in Philadelphia, we were in Philadelphia, and LA was winning, we were winning. There was just something contagious about where we were, like what was happening to the organization. And 9 times out of 10, it had to do with us rocking to the same beat, right? I'm going to give another example. And, you know, it's sad that we're still fighting wars today, but, you know, if you read stories of just wars, like imagine you were imagine the oddball who decides to go and do his own thing when the soldiers and, everybody's supposed to be rocking to the same plan. Literally, one person can lose a whole entire war. One person, because of their actions, because of who they are, because they don't believe, and I want you to write this word down, because they don't trust, can literally lose the whole entire war. So the next thing I'm going to have everyone, write down is trust. Right? And I'm not sure if I'm frozen. Thumbs up if you guys are still hearing me? Okay, cool, perfect. So the next word I want you guys to write down is trust. Now, trust what? A lot of us had lives prior to Herbalife coming in, and it's like, okay, cool, I understand, life I understand how I understand life based on everything I've experienced. So my perspective is my perspective. Cool, you come into this. But I remember coming into this, I didn't start for 2 years because of my ego. Because what I already knew, this didn't make sense. Right? So trust, why? Because there are people, and the only difference between possibly Nicole and everybody else is she's just been doing this longer. So she's seeing things, she's experienced things a little bit longer than we have, right? Abdul and Ari, same exact thing. They've seen things, they've experienced things a little bit longer. Same thing for each of you. You've seen things and experienced things more longer than your clients that are gonna be in your business one day. That's why you have the confidence to coach them how you coach them, because you've been doing this a little bit longer. So trust in exactly not just what the leadership is saying or understanding, but this is a sign. If the leadership in our team is like, look, it's time for us to bring what we're good at to the table so we can all win, that's a sign for us to be like, okay, cool. If I'm doubting this in any way, shape, or form, if I'm resisting this in any way, shape, or form, what is that going to say about the team that I attract in the future? I really want us to think about this, okay? Because this is gonna just move me right into what we're gonna talk about. What I gotta talk about is really basic, and it's, a lot of us know this, but I really want us to understand, because this is the fundamentals, right? And today we're gonna cover get. I'm gonna cover get. Ari's gonna cover get. We got so much stuff for you guys. We've been literally in communication for so long. It's like, all right, look, how the hell can we win as a unit, right? So Nicole did an amazing job of really getting clear on what your mission is. Like, honestly, what is your mission? Because Herbalife is not end all be all. I'm just going to keep it real. Herbalife is the platform to help you fulfill the mission, your mission. Herbalife is the platform to help you fulfill your why. For instance, who has a job here? So if you gotta pay a bill at the end of the month, or you gotta pay rent, your job is the platform in order for you to make money so you can pay rent. You see what I'm saying, guys? Now, Herbalife is a platform because what we've seen in the vision and who we've talked to for us to either be financially free, or for us to be able to make enough finances to where we get to, do something, or at least, make an impact in people's lives, whatever that is. Herbalife is the platform, right? So get clear on what that mission is and your why. Now, what I'm going to talk about is the fundamentals, and the fundamentals is so important to understand, because without this, there is no eventually get team or mill team or president's team. So we have funnels inside Herbalife. And when Herbalife first started, guys, it literally was, you get the products, right? To be a supervisor, you had to pay $4,000 to get products, and you just had to retail. And Herbalife hit a season where it's like, okay, cool, that isn't working so as well as it used to. So something, we enter a phase of nutrition clubs, right? That is not working as fast as it used to, because some people, AKA Mark and Jill Addy, was like, I don't want to be in a nutrition club all day, and I want to live a healthy and active lifestyle. So we decided to, boom, fit camps. Oh, okay, cool. So that really isn't for everybody. So boom, 3-day trial. So there are all these funnels inside the business. So I want you to write this down. Herbalife has multiple funnels. And the next thing I want us to write down is, what funnel fits my personality? And I'm going to go through everything. All right. But before we get to the funnels, there's one thing we have to come into agreement with. We have to get people into the funnel. So picture a funnel. Who's ever seen a funnel before? Not funnel cake, but a funnel. Right? Not funnel cake, but a funnel, right? So a funnel, before actually the funnel has functionality, before you can use the funnel, something has to go through it. And guess what goes through it? People. So in order to get people, we gotta talk. Now, the question I'm gonna ask you is, what is your strength? Is it face-to-face? Is it social media? Or is it both? And whatever it is, this is what we're asking as a team. Go harder than a beep on that. Go crazy on it. If it's social media, go ham on social media. If it's face-to-face, go ham. If it's both, split it up, right? Now the funnels. We have, right? So the face-to-face and the social media is the invitation, right? And, just to be clear, what I've learned and through my experience and also what is shared is the invitation and the presentation is separate. We never want to give too much at one time. And that's to create leverage for us as a coach. Get the contact and create a schedule. Put it on your calendar when you're going to have the one-on-one time with the person so you can actually fully deliver what you're going to deliver, right? So we have the funnels. Funnel number 1. I'm not sure if you guys can still hear me. We're still frozen. Okay, if you guys can still hear me, funnel number 1, write this down, is wellness profile. So this is so we invite from face-to-face or social media. This is what we're inviting to. Funnel number 1, wellness profile. Now raise your hand if you're great at wellness profiles. If you've mastered the wellness profile. When I mean master, you have a ratio that you know that after every so-and-so wellness profiles that I do, it's certain, set in stone that I get this many clients. When I first came in, it was and it got to a point where it was out of every 2, I would get 1, but my average was out of every 3, I would get 1. So who isn't good at wellness profiles? And be honest. Okay, perfect. So I want you guys to write down, okay, boom, I get to get better at wellness profiles because we have homework. We're going to reach out to those who are great at wellness profiles because this is the time we literally utilize each other to move to a whole nother round, okay? Funnel number 2, fit camp. Who has a fit camp? Okay, great. So I want you to know that's what you're inviting to, all right? That's not going to build your business. So if you do have a fit camp, great. But just understand something. The fit camp isn't going to build your business. It's the container, all right? If you don't have a fit camp, don't feel bad for not having a fit camp. If it's not your thing, great. It doesn't have to be your thing. I've encountered people who feel bad for not having a fit camp or feel like the fit camp is what's going to take them to the next level, okay? I just want to be clear on that. The fit camp is not going to build your business. It's just a funnel to be able to present something to people where, we're eventually getting them to the products, right? Number 3, shake parties. Man, we rock these things out in the beginning. Who's great at shake parties? Mama Lakin, she's a freaking shake party expert, right? If you haven't done a shake party before, I would reach out to her. Right? When Molly decided to become a distributor, we did a shake party. She made $300 retail her first business event, which was the shake party. They are very effective if you're clear on knowing how to do it and why you're doing it. Number 4, skin parties. There is still yet to be somebody in Herbalife who is killing the game with the skin. That lane is wide open. Why not be the first President's Team member who went straight there on skin? I'm just saying. It's wide open. And our skin line, 97% guaranteed results. I said that because I don't need a disclaimer. That's what Herbalife says. Right? Number 5, nutrition club. Eventually, our organization is going to get so even bigger to where we're going to have nutrition clubs inside of our organization. That may be something you want to do, right? Number 6, weight loss challenges. These are funnels, okay? So this is the list, and I would honestly just look at the list of this and be like, okay, cool. Out of these, what 2 to 3 do I personally connect to? You got to be real. If I personally connect to 2 of these 3, now the next thing is, all right, it's time to start fitting these in my schedule and inviting to. So if you haven't done shake parties, but you're interested, get confident in reaching out to somebody, learning all you have to learn. And this is the best thing I can share you with shake parties. If you don't know how to do a shake party, just do one. There's no science behind it. But if it's wellness profiles, schedule it in your week. Nicole says it best. Our boss is the calendar. Schedule appointments. Okay, cool. I'm going to be out in the grocery store. I'm going to invite to a wellness profile. I'm going to invite. I have a shake party at the end of the week. I'm going to invite to the shake party. Is when we start to have track on how many people we're plugging into events. That's when we can actually start to make progress. Okay, so I'm going to close out on this before I pass it to our next leaders. Get clear on what your funnel is. That's the only way we'll be able to start creating traction. Get clear on what your funnel is. All right. So notice I said that all these things, these are just like almost the presentation. This is the invitation. Now, who I'm going to invite next to speak to us is literally the presentation. And most of us, I think 80% of our organizations, not 90, are rocking with the trials. And they're going to talk about the presentation, right? And we don't get paid for the invitation. We get paid for the presentation. Okay? So this is where I really want us to take notes, because this is where the meat and the potatoes is, or where we're rocking in unity as an organization, in unison as an organization. So I'm excited. I am so fired up. Like, you guys don't understand, but I'm going to save that for later. But without further ado, let's give it up for our very own, who's going to cover the presentation and the step-by-step process after we invite somebody to something and then present them to something, how we're going to eventually walk them through to make them a client and beyond. So let's give it up for our very own Global Expansion Team members, Aviel Talabdeen, Rihanna Campos Talabdeen, and Mr. Abdul Talabdeen. Let's get it! Yeah, Avi's a Getty member too, y'all. Better.
Hey, I hope you guys are paying attention, because the information that is being displayed is really, really pivotal to enhancing your business. And I just want to be honest before we get into what we're going to share. If you're not taking notes, or at least taking down some kind of points that you're going to implement into your business, we're all leaders here, right? I don't see any kids. You're BSing your business. So you might as well just log off now if you're not going to really focus, if you don't want to grow, right? I know some people are traveling, no problem. The rule is, if you're traveling and you're not focused on the screen, I was told this by a chairman's club member. He said, turn your camera off. He said, because it's a distraction to others who are paying attention. So I'm only saying that because I love you guys. So if you're not paying attention, turn your camera off. We'd rather see your name. At least we know that you're doing something. So just want to get that clear. I'm sorry if I offended anybody, but I just know what we're doing now and what we're moving forward in our business is straight duplication. And if you're not willing to duplicate what the leaders are doing, it might be time to either jump off the train now or just reevaluate your business. So I'm only saying that because I love you guys and I know what we can do as a one unit. And all the other scattered stuff is kind of confusing. So we're going to get into it right now. My wife, who was my coach at the time, who signed me up in Herbalife, Ariana Campos.
Okay, awesome. Can you take it? Okay, so I hope you guys are getting the flow, mindset. I think that's perfect what he said, because if you're not in the right mindset, you can either take that on as a negative thing, or okay, you know what? I need to look myself in the mirror and take this on. So that's all what Nicole just said. And then, of course, Samson, he talked about the different funnels. Abdul and I, we kind of had to start over a few years ago, and we had to figure out what our funnels were going to be. And the funnels that we decided to go with, because we know that they were our strengths, were when we meet people. It's very simple. We talk to people every single day. We meet people, or we might see people pass by. It's so meeting people out in the world, right? And then I do a workout out here, and that's one of my funnels, with the intention of my guests not just coming for a workout, but getting on a trial. I'm very clear about that. Okay. So 2 things. Okay. Whether we're meeting somebody that's out, at the grocery store, like, it's so simple to make conversations. I think when we think like, oh shoot, I gotta go meet people, then the mindset is off. We're looking at people like we're looking at like we want dollars. But if your mindset is right and you know why you're doing this, then it shifts perspectives on like every conversation that you have, and you're more aligned with your purpose, and you're just making a freaking friend. And some people you'll hit it off with, and some people you won't, and it's perfect. The people that you hit it off with, what your next step is, and that's how we decided to flow into this business. So so if we're out and about and, just random conversation, where I always compliment girls, and just like Nicole said, I'm very myself. I'm very like, girl, or like, oh my God, I love your shoes, because that's me. That's how I talk to my friends. That's how I talk to Nicole. That's how I talk to Kelly. Like, that's how I talk to Chantel. Those are like my friends. You're not any different just because I don't know your name. That's just me. So then the conversation starts, right? And somehow, some way, I don't always bring up Herbalife. I'm wearing it. It's very, I've mentioned this before, like, we are Herbalife, so I don't have to like word vomit Herbalife. But if we have something in common, like, I like to work out, and maybe you're in workout clothes, and we can like work out together. Hey, how about that for getting a contact? Okay, you make a friend. And what's so simple is that when that happens, when I get a contact, it's very simple it's like very easy for me when I have their phone number to be like, hey, do you have Instagram by any chance? And I make it fun. I'm like, let me find out what you do every single day, and then it's like simple. I don't make it this complicated thing. It's just a very like friendly flow. Okay, so from Instagram, that's another funnel. Okay, so it's meeting people, then I funnel them into Instagram. And then if, of course, if they're like here, then I'll mention Rock Your Curves, and I'll invite them to the workout. If they're not local, we both try to give as much value on Instagram as possible, meaning we throw workouts, like we'll post workouts, but I don't just, hope and pray that somebody's going to hit me up. It's very intentional. Everything has to be intentional, or else you're just kind of like, woo, here I am again, posting workouts. So chasing likes, like going into the likes, messaging people, being authentic, not just copy and paste. Maybe you can look at their profile, spend a little bit of quality time on their profile, find out what they're into. Literally, it's the same thing that you would be doing when a person is physically in front of you. Does that make sense? Okay. So that's the talk part that at every training they talk about. It's 3 things: use, where, talk. That is the talk part. Okay. So now let's get into how we start people on trials. Okay. We decided that we were going to maximize on the trials. And the only reason that we decided to do this was because it was easy for us to start people on a 200, 300 plan as coaches who have been veterans, have been in this business for a while. But what about the Kayla that just came in? She hasn't gone to a training. She might not even know what joint support is. It's like these little things. So what's the easiest thing that Kayla can help her friends with? A freaking $20 trial, a new $25 trial. Thank you. Which is actually the next point. Okay. So we want it to be duplicatable as coaches, because if you are the only distributor in your team that's doing this, you're a one-man show, and Herbalife doesn't rock that way. You can do it like that. You're just going to burn out, but you need people that are literally copying what you're doing, and not only copying what you're doing, but like being them, authentically them. Okay. So going into a trial, we do a mini wellness evaluation, and just like I said, we're just ourselves. We don't. If you're the type of person that needs like the sheet in front of you where you're asking questions because that's your personality, that's perfect. But if you have the personality that you can just talk to people, because I think we're all pretty alike. I think we all know how to talk, have a conversation. So we just get into questions. And Abdul's really good with asking questions where it's a wellness profile, wellness evaluation, but it's a conversation. It's an easy conversation. What are your goals? What have you tried before?
I'm taking my part.
Go ahead.
She's taking my part. I was fired up to share my part.
Go, babe, go.
All right, now, so basically, we wanted to emphasize the trial is $25, right? I know some of us used to sell it for like 11, some used to sell it for 20. Just engrave this and don't be afraid. The trial is $25. And why is it $25? Because that gives you the ultimate documented volume. You don't have to worry about any questions. You don't have to worry about being in the red. When you share with the person that you have a 3-day trial for them, you just tell them it's $25. And if they say, why that? Just be like, look, shipping and handling is $5. The trial is $20. They're going to start because you're confident in that $25 price. Then once you go to my your Herbalife, you can readjust the price. And if you don't know how to do that, we can show you offline. But I definitely want to stay on track. So $25, the person gets started on a trial. What do? Like, how's the follow-up process? If you want to follow up every single day, perfect. But have a strategy on how you're going to follow up and use that strategy from day 1 to day 4. Samson has shared multiple photos with us on a simple way to follow up. If you don't have the photos, we can repost them in the Dream Team thread. At least everyone should be looking at that and also utilizing that, because I'm going to be honest, Samson did a lot of work. We don't have to do anything other than tell somebody it's $25. You send them a bunch of photos. They get started. You earn money. Samson's not getting the money. We earn the money because he put so much value into the process of walking someone through a 3-day trial. Does that make sense to you guys? Like, do you feel that those photos are valuable? Now, let's be honest. Are you using those photos? Because if you're using those photos, you should at least close out 80% of your 3-day trial wellness profiles, because the work is done. Okay, but then most importantly, right, this is what I love to do. When I have someone started on the 3-day trial, the first day, I don't care where they are, I don't care if they're in a different country, I don't care if they're in a different city or a different state. I want to personally be on the phone with you while you make your shake. Why is that important? Because one, you know that they're making it correctly. Because if you look at the label, it says add juice or add milk. We don't want juice or milk. We want water. Water with the powder, ice. If you want to teach them how to double blend, that's something more special. So having them on the phone is very important. Day 1, you build a relationship, right? You're building a relationship over the 3 days. Now, what to do after that, right? So let's say, for example, the person loves the 3-day trial. They're excited. They want to continue. Our next step is automatically loyalty program. Why? Because that person is locked into you as a coach for 30 days. Now you get to have them involved with you and them playing a game of becoming a loyalty client. That also builds confidence. Who lacks confidence? Sometimes. Having confidence is very important when you're introducing the Herbalife to someone. If you're not using the products, you're not going to have as much confidence. That's why the 30-day challenge is phenomenal, because everybody should have more confidence now. Thank you, Asia. But it's very important. Having that person enroll in the loyalty program, once they're enrolled, get on the phone with them once again and walk them through an order. Why do that? At least you know when the person signed up as a loyalty client, they're not going to stay at 0, because we all know in order to achieve some of those tiers, you have to have a minimum of what? Somebody put in the thread besides Samson. Minimum points that you would have to have for someone to start qualifying for some of the tiers. Come on, we got like 2 seconds, guys. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Melissa. Keep the number rolling. So when you walk the person through their first order, no matter what, if they get a few products, you can kind of tell. I had a lady who just ordered a Formula 1 in the T, that's 65 points. That's not 100 points, right? So therefore, she's not going to qualify. So I said, hey, that's good for now, but before the month is over, let's go ahead and finish your order so you can at least qualify for that first tier. So now she's like, oh my God, like she had no clue, even though it says what the tiers are. So always get on the phone, have confidence in yourself, but then also guide the person and play the game of the loyalty program with them. You're locked in for 30 days. You're getting full retail. I love sharing Samson's story with had a person in there for 5 months. That's 5 months of hard-earned cash. Like, let's all play that game. I hope we covered up everything, but I want to pass it on to the next phenomenal speaker. Is it Marco out of Philadelphia?
Yes. So, all right, let's clap it up for Ari and Abdul. Yeah. Thank you guys so much. And guys, look, notice this is the get. So we're going to get into the loyalty program and all that stuff next week. But I want you guys to be excited for what's about to go down. So who's a World Team member? Okay. Now, who's not a World Team member yet? Okay. Now, who's excited to get to active World Team? Look, let me tell you something. I don't know of a company who's going to make it any easier, but I'm going to not talk anymore because Marco is about to go in on what Herbalife just did for us. So let's give it up for Global Expansion Team member, right? Beast in this business, beast in life, kill these Facebook Lives. If you guys haven't seen it, just go to his page. He's been dropping massive value on his page. Let's give it up for Mr. Marco Phillips. Let's get it.
Thank you. Hey, what up, guys? Thumbs up. I see Ari and Dawn. Can I get a thumbs up? Awesome. Okay, great. All right, perfect. So we just came out of Philadelphia STS, and we had Lisa Arnold and towards recognition. Everyone loves recognition. Recognition is like everyone's favorite part. And we're going up the senior consultant, QP, supervisor, active supervisor, World Team, and then active World Team, and the qualifications come on screen. And everybody's looking like, wait, what? And the announcement drops. So guys, for every supervisor and above, like this is a position that you can actually even see and touch. Okay, so just being that belief that this is possible. Now, Herbalife has made it so sweeter. It was already sweet. It's now sweeter for us to actually get to this position. I remember like hitting this position, you get like an extra $500 sent to your this mailbox money for hitting this position. So it's super cool. It's active World Team, and the qualifications are 2,500 4 months in a row. So being active, and also having a 10,000 organizational volume. Well, actually 500 royalty point org, right? So I'm just gonna say that, not just the number. So 500 royalty override in your organization. But what was before a 10K month, what you had to do personally within a 6-month span? And I guess this is why everybody used to give the 5 gets 5. Now, all you have to do is 5,000 volume points. I'm like, whoa! Like everybody went crazy. So now the qualifications for active World Team as of May 1st this month and moving forward in the new Herbalife documented AG. That's right. Right? So it's now qualifications 2,500 4 months in a row, a 5K personal volume month, and also a 500 royalty override as an organization. The new Herbalife is sweeter. Fire me up. Everyone is going to be, I'm so excited for everyone, supervisor and above, that's about to hit this position because it is so sweet. You actually get to sit in. If you notice, most things would say active World Team and tab team. Like you actually get to be in the conversations of higher level, and it just elevates your mind and elevates your thinking. So it's super, super sweet. So that is my time. That is my share. I have the opportunity. Already want to say something? Oh no, she's typing. All right. So I have the opportunity to bring up, my brother. I remember meeting this guy. He's so cool and down to earth. Looks like he's 21. He's actually like in his 30s or something. I love him to death. And just his passion recently connecting for what he wants in life and for the organization and for his team and just the work ethic. I know he's going to hit Get Team this year, and I declare it. Everyone give it up for AG! It's Anthony Giddens!
Thank you so much, Marco, for the edification. Real quick, I'm gonna make this short. We literally got 4 minutes into the Monday night call. So literally what I'm gonna go to is literally action steps, you guys. And I'm just gonna share one story, okay? The whole loyalty program, I'll be straight honest with you guys. I was one of those, I'm not feeling it. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna work, the trials into preferred member, and I'm just gonna work it that way until I got on the leadership call with Nicole, Ari, Dula, Samson, Marco, Mama Lincoln, and they basically broke down why we're doing this and what direction Herbalife wants to go. So I finally just like, okay, let's do it. So I went to, I met Carissa at Starbucks, and Carissa literally showed me everything, how to log on, how to get on the site, how to do the points, like how to do everything. So basically what I'm saying, the loyalty program, you guys, the loyalty program. So set up your Go Herbalife, okay? If you haven't yet, set up your PayPal so they can go on the Go Herbalife, they'll order their stuff, you'll check your PayPal, and money will be in your PayPal. Okay, right? And literally it's one of those things where it's like, okay, it's working for so many people. You know what? Let me be a business owner, and people that's doing this and being successful off of it, let me at least try it. And literally, I just set it up like 5 days ago, and I'm definitely gonna take it on. And one of the most important things too, just because you don't want to do something, it might be amazing for the next person. So even to be able to teach it now, how to go on there, how to do the points, everything that comes with the loyalty program is just major. And thank you so much for the leadership on this team, this call, Nicole, Samson, Ari, Dula, Mama Lakin, Marco. I know we've been talking the last, 3 weeks, once a week, whatever. And it's been so helpful for us to pass this on to everybody and share it with a team and just really move as one in one voice and everybody really on the same page. So super, super thankful. I know we got the Monday night call. We got 2 minutes, and I just want one more share real quick. Listen to Mark Hughes, okay, How to Grow a Distributor. It's 1 hour and 34 minutes. I listened to 35 minutes of it this morning, and I'm gonna do it for the next 2 mornings. I just broke it up. It's powerful what this man was able to do in Herbalife, and the opportunity that literally that he built for us. It's amazing. Thank you so much. Let's get into action. Let's get our 5 to 7. Okay, let's be clear. I promise right now I'm at 8 new clients for the month. And we still got 8-9 more days. Let's get it. Let's rock. Let's trial pack. Let's wellness profile. Get people to your funnels. Do what you love and invite to that. Okay, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to share.
Yes. All right, guys. So we're going to all jump on the Monday night call, but really quick, stay tuned for literally what's about to go down in our organization. We're not going to let you know, but we're not going to let you know right now, but be present inside the Dream Team thread. It's going to happen like literally, and you might be wondering what the heck is happening, but because you guys were on the call today, you got dibs on it. So just stay tuned. Next week, we're going to be covering Keep. So what to do after we get all these clients, right? And it's time to go. All right. Who's ready to go? Me. All right, y'all, let's get it.
Bye, guys. Love you.
Obama out.
Oh, my gosh. Stop it.